गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। दिगंबरा दिगंबरा श्रीपादवल्लभ दिगंबरा 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 श्रीपादवल्लभ दिगंबरा 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 श्रीपादवल्लभ दिगंबरा
Sripadarajam Saranam Prapadye. Chapter 1. The encounter between Shankara Bhatt and Vyagreshwara Sharma. My salutations to Sri Mahaganadipati, Sri Mahasaraswati, lineage of my preceptors, Sri Krishna Bhagavan and all gods and goddesses. I propose to describe the glory of Sripada Sri Vallabha, the latest manifestation of Lord Datta. He is the Lord of innumerable universes. Sri Dattatreya is the oldest and eternal one. Sri Dattatreya has incarnated in this Kali Yuga as Sripada Sri Vallabha in the city of Pitapuram, which is situated in the Godavari region of Andhra Pradesh. It is impossible even for the great scholars to describe the grandeur of his divine play. I am completely ignorant and illiterate. Therefore, I submit in all humility that my attempt to portray his life history is only on account of his will, divine order, and his divine blessings. My name is Shankara Bhatt. I belong to Karnataka Desa. I am from the Smartha sect and hail from Bharadwaja Gotra. I went to the holy town of Udupi on pilgrimage to visit Bhagavan Shri Krishna in his temple. Therefore, the infant Krishna, with a beautifully colored peacock feather adorning his head, gave me his darshan. He ordered me to visit goddess Sri Kanyaka Parameshwari in Kanyakumari. I took holy bath in the confluence of the three oceans there. One Tuesday, I entered the temple to see the goddess. The priest was performing the worship of the deity very sincerely. He took the red colored flowers from my hand and began to worship her. At that time, the mother saw me with her benevolent looks and said, "Shankara, I am pleased with the sacred devotion in your heart. Go to Kuruvapuram and take the darshan of Sripada Sri Vallabha and obtain fulfillment of your birth. By the mere darshan of Sripada Sri Vallabha, an undefinable experience will occur to your mind, Atma, and all your organs." Thus I received the grace of Mother Goddess and started from that holy place. On my way, I reached a village called Marutvamalai, which was at a short distance from Kanyakumari. I learned that while Hanuman was carrying the Sanjeevani mountain from the Himalayas, a small piece of it had fallen down there, and therefore this village is called Marutvamalai. The hill in the village of Marutvamalai is beautiful to behold. There are some caves in it. I learned that the area is a hilly tract inhabited by Siddha Purushas undertaking the penance in an invisible form. I was looking into those caves with the hope of seeing any great person. I was hoping to get lucky by seeing one of them. However, a tiger was standing at the entrance of one cave. At the sight of the tiger, trembling and tremor started in all my limbs. Agitated with a great fear, I cried aloud at once, Shripada Srivallabha Dattaprabhu, in despair. The tiger stood still like a domestic animal. An aged sage emerged from the cave. The entire area of Marutvamalai reverberated with the name of Shripada Srivallabha all at once. Then the old sage said, My son, you are a fulfilled one. Only great siddhas, great yogis, wise men, and paramahamsas who dwell in Nirvikalpa Samadhi realize that Lord Datta has incarnated as Shripada Srivallabha in this Kali Yuga. You could come here only because you are lucky. This is a land of spiritual pursuit. It is Siddha Bhumi. Your desire will get satisfied. You will certainly be rewarded meeting Shripada. The tiger at the entrance of the cave is Jnani. I advise you to salute him. Then I saluted that wise person who was in the form of a tiger. Immediately the tiger roared the sound Om. The whole of Marutvamalai resounded with the roaring sound. It had also melodiously sung the prayer Shripada Rajam Sharanam Prapadye. I was watching this wonderful scene. All the atoms in the form of tiger disintegrated and a man with lustrous celestial body manifested there. That celestial person paid obeisance to the old sage and flew into sky with his luminous body. The old sage who has before me smiled. He invited me into the cave. I entered the cave silently. A stream of compassion was flowing from the eyes of the aged sage. He created fire by the power of his will. He created sacred materials, some sweets and fruits for offering them as oblation to the sacred fire. He offered those things into sacred fire while chanting Vedic hymns. That aged sage observed all righteous rituals like Yajna and Yaga are getting extinct in the world. Man who is benefited from the 5 elements is forgetting the deity who is the embodiment of 5 elements. Yajnas are to be performed for the gratification of the deities. Deities get gratified from the sacrifices. Nature becomes favorable because of their grace. Man cannot survive with any force in nature turns virulent. Calamities occur if the forces of nature are not appeased. If man departs from the righteous path, dangerous developments are caused by the forces of nature. I performed this sacrifice for the welfare of the world. Yajna or Yajna means fusion. Fortunately, you have witnessed this sacrifice. As a result of witnessing this sacrifice, you will get the darshan of Shripada Srivallabha, who is an incarnation of Sri Datta. This is very rare fortune. The merit earned in many births will suddenly fructify and give such unattainable fortune. I saluted that great personage and said, Great one among Siddhas, I am not a scholar or yogi, I am not a devotee, I am an ignoramus. Kindly take complete mercy on me and clear some of my doubts. The old hermit agreed to it. Then I played, O great Siddha, when I visited Goddess Mother Shri Kanyaka Parameshwari, she directed me to go to Kurvapuram for the darshan of Shripada Srivallabha. Here I saw you and the great one in the form of a tiger. Who is the great person in the guise of a tiger? Who really is Shripada Srivallabha? Kindly clarify my doubts and favor me. The aged sage began his narration. My son, in the Godavari region of Andhra Pradesh, There is an ancient village called Atreyapuram, which was famous as a land where sage Atri conducted austerities. In that village, a Brahmin was born in the Gotra of Kashyapa in an orthodox Brahmin family. His parents named him Vyagreshwara Sharma. Even though his father was a great scholar, the son became an incorrigible idiot. In spite of educational training for a long time, he couldn't even perform the Gayatri Mantra prayer at the prescribed times of day. He could only utter the Sanskrit words to the effect that it was Vyagreshwara Sharma who was saluting. He became disturbed by the taunting words of others. The ill treatment by his parents had also increased. As a Brahmin priest, he was not called to attend any auspicious functions. He was only asked to accept gift of gingerly seeds or attend death anniversary ceremonies in case of extreme emergencies when no one else was available. These acts are considered very mean and are performed only by the lowest among the Brahmins, who have not mastered any education. So a feeling of inferiority complex developed in him. He heard that great ascetics live in the Himalayas and by their grace one can realize the knowledge of self. Once during dawn, he had a dream. In that dream, he saw a celestial body radiating with divine effulgence. That body was descending to the earth from the firmament. As soon as his divine feet touched, the earth was filled with heavenly illumination. The divine child approached Vyagreshwara Sharma with slow steps and asserted, "Why fear when I am here? There is bondage of debt between me and this village. Without the bondage of indebtedness, even a dog cannot come to us. Go to Badrikaranya in the Himalayan region and you will be blessed with auspiciousness." Saying so, the celestial disappeared. Vyagreshwara Sharma reached Badrikaranya. He was getting food on the way without much effort. However, a dog was followed him from the beginning of the journey. He was wandering along with the dog in the Badrikaranya. In his wanderings, he took a holy dip in the Urvasi Kunda. The dog also took an holy bath along with him. At that time, a great sage accompanied by his disciples came to Urvasi Kunda for religious ablutions. Vyagreshwara prostrated at the feet of the great personage and prayed to accept him as a disciple. The great person kindly consented. The dog disappeared immediately when the great one accepted Vyagreshwara as his disciple. That great person averred, "Vyagreshwara, the dog which followed you is the personification of the merit earned by you in previous births. Goaded by time, you could come here and you could take bath in Urvasi Kunda. You are attracted towards the land of penance by Navanarayanas. All this is the grace of Sripada Sri Vallabha." Vyagreshwara Sharma bowed down and asked, "Master, who is Sripada Sri Vallabha? How did his grace shower on me?" The Siddha replied at length to the questions posed to him. "My son, Sripada Sri Vallabha is Lord Datta himself. In Treta Yuga, Bharadwaja Maharshi conducted a huge sacrifice known as Savitri Kataka Chayanamo in Pitapuram. He invited Shiva and Parvati to that function. In Pyamgya Brahmana text, it was mentioned that many great persons, siddhas and yogis are born in the lineage of Bharadwaja in accordance with the boon granted by Shiva and Parvati to him. Even though they were lost in other parts of country, Pyamgya Brahmanam and Sandra Sindhu Veda were carefully preserved in Shambhala village in the land of incarnation of Kalki. At the end of Kali Yuga and the beginning of Satya Yuga, Sripada Srivallabha, an incarnation of Sri Datta, will arrive in Pitapuram in physical form. Only when the sins committed in many births get diminished and when good deeds start giving results, devotion to Datta will develop. When devotion to Datta becomes perfect, Sripada Srivallabha will grant the wealth of sight, touch, and speech in any age and at any time. As the meritorious deeds of your past lives are strong, the mercy of Sripada Srivallabha showers on you. I am now leaving for the meeting my preceptor Mahavatar Babaji. I will return after 1 year. Practice Kriya Yoga in the caves reserved for you and attempt for realization of self-knowledge. This instructing the sage left for Dronagiri, the region of Sanjeevani mountain. Vyagreshwara Sarma sat in the cave assigned to him. He could not understand the methods of Kriya Yoga or preaching on self-knowledge. He was thinking like this. Guruji used to call me lovingly as Vyagra. All my co-disciples are sitting on the skin of a tiger and are meditating. When the skin of a tiger is so sacred and benefits the yogi so much, how much greater the tiger should be? Moreover, Guruji asked me to strive for knowledge for myself. Self means myself only. What have I got to do with others? My name is Vyagreshwarudu. Therefore, I should be a tiger only. So I have to meditate upon the tiger only. That is my Atma. If I could get the form of a tiger, it amounts to my attaining self-knowledge. 1 year passed easily. The Guru visited the place. He went to each cave and observed the progress made by his disciples in their spiritual quest. He could not find Vyagreshwara in the cave. Instead, a tiger was resting in the cave. Sri Guruji analyzed the matter through his yogic insight. He realized that Vyagreshwarudu meditated intensely upon the form of Vyagra, tiger. He got transformed into a tiger. Guruji felt happily at the pure heart and cleanliness of the self of his disciple. He blessed him and taught him to utter Om. He asked him to constantly repeat the words Sripadarajam Saranam Prapadye as a mantra. Vyagreshwara reached near Kuruvapuram in the form of a tiger. To reach Kuruvapuram, one has to cross a river. At that time, Sripada Srivallabha was with congregation of his devotees. He suddenly announced, "A great devotee of mine is calling me. I will go and immediately return." Saying so, he began walking on the water in his lustrous body. When Sripada Srivallabha was walking on water in this manner, a lotus flower was emerging from the water at every spot where he was placing his sacred foot. He arrived at the river bank on the other side and saw Vyagreshwara, who was incessantly chanting the mantra Sripadarajam Sharanam Prapadye. Vyagreshwara paid obeisance to the auspicious divine feet of Sripada Srivallabha. Srivallabha mounted on the tiger and crossed the river, floating on the water on the back of the tiger, and reached Kuruvapuram. All the people were witnessing this spectacle in utter astonishment. According to Datta Purana, Sri Dattatreya incarnated as Dharmasastha. When that Lord took birth as the son of Harihara, he arrived at the capital of kingdom riding on a tiger. Devendra took the form of the tiger and served as a vehicle of Ayyappa Swami or Dharmasastha. Some people were of the opinion that Srivallabha was verily Dharmasastha himself. Goddess Amba rides both on a lion and tiger also. So some people were of the opinion that Sripada Srivallabha was an inseparable form of universal mother goddess. The moment Srivallabha dismounted from the tiger after reaching Kuruvapuram, the tiger fell dead. A great person with a divine brilliance came out of the body. He prayed to Sri Vallabha to use the skin of the tiger form of his previous birth as his seat. Sri Charana consented for that. With overflowing love, Sri Vallabha said, "My son Vyagreshwara, in one of your births, you were a very strong wrestler. During that life, you were indulging in all sorts of cruel acts. Those activities including fighting with tigers, injuring them, capturing them, famishing them, and arranging their exhibitions for the recreation of people. On account of the past sinful acts, you are to take animal births in many life. But with my grace, all that accumulated sin is cancelled in this life of a tiger. As you remained in the form of a tiger for a long time, you can assume that form at will at any time. I am granting you this boon. You will meet and obtain the blessings of many siddhas who are carrying out penance in the Himalayas from hundreds of years. May you rise to great heights in the path of yoga." Sripada blessed Vyagreshwara in above manner. When Shankara Bhatt saw previously was actually the same Vyagreshwara Sharma as tiger. He lives in Himalayas. Great sage are averse to public contact. This man stands as sentinel for such yogis and guards against disturbances from common folk. Great hermits have a system of transmitting ideas and news amongst themselves. They need not come out of their places or employ messengers for that purpose. However, for the sake of sport, they employ Vyagreshwara to exchange news. This is all the divine play of Lord Datta. My dear Shankara Bhatt, before the creation, there was first couple. When a wife becomes pregnant, she will have some desires. It is a duty of husband to fulfill her desires. When Sharvani becomes pregnant, Parameshwara asks her if she had any desire. Then Sharvani said, "Lord, I experienced all my pleasures having the body of female. I do not know how the experience would be when having a male body. Hence, please oblige me." Parameshwara said, "Let it be so." Immediately Sharvani took the form of a male. That was the form of Mahavishnu. There was no way for baby inside her to come out. Then a lotus sprouted from the umbilicus of Mahavishnu. From the lotus, Brahma was born and started creation. Sri Mahavishnu created the form of Sharvani again from his body. The secrets of gods and their plays are unthinkable. In this way, Sri Mahavishnu and Parvati became brother and sister. On the full moon day in the month of Shravana, Parvati Devi tied Rakhi to Sri Mahavishnu and said, "Brother, Sri Bhola Shankar grants boons to everyone without thinking about propriety and feasibility. Every such time you are manifesting in avatars with your Vishnu Maya to kill demons, thus saving my Mangalyam. Brother, let this practice of tying Rakhi remain forever as a symbol of love between brother and sister." Sri Mahavishnu said, "Tadastu." In accordance with this pledge only, when there was a trouble from Bhasmasura, Sri Vishnu took the form of Mohini and annihilated him. Vishnu Maya is unthinkable. It is difficult to guess that it would be like this or like that. Dharmasastha was born to Mohini and Shankara. After Dharmasastha was born, Mohini disappeared. Dharmasastha later took the avatar of Ayyappa Swami in Kali Yuga. There is a divine secret in this. Dharmasastha is none other than Sri Mahavishnu. In that form, Brahma and Rudra also merged with Sri Mahavishnu, so we can say that it is Lord Dattatreya with these three forms merging. When Parameshwari manifested as a daughter of Pandya Bhupala with the name of Meenakshi, Parameshwar manifested himself as Sundareshwar. Sri Mahavishnu performed the marriage of Meenakshi and Sundareshwar. But when Parameshwari manifested herself as Sri Kanyaka Parameshwari, the marriage did not take place. But the Sripada Sri Vallabha manifestation is beyond place and time. Sri Vallabha manifested himself in Puttapuram in Kali Yuga. But that same form, Sri Vallabha was there from the very beginning of creation in divine luminous worlds. The divine place of Sripada for 30 years from 1320 AD when he was born in Pitikapuram till 1350 AD when he disappeared in Kurvapuram cannot be comprehended even by the 7 rishis. How can we understand? I questioned, Swami, we are now in 1336 AD. Will that mean that Sripada will remain on earth for the next 14 years only? Will he end his avatar so early? Sadgurudev said, my dear, if Sri Vallabha is born, then there will be retreat. However, his play has no birth or death. He is not affected by time and place.